Hello, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. When you hear this, it will no longer be Mother's Day, but as I record this, it is Mother's Day, and I just had Elliot and Owen in here with me to help me record this. However, this is just supposed to be a quick little intro where I explain the episode that you're about to hear, and those two dudes could not stay on topic. They had to sing some songs. I was concerned one of them was beginning to be problematic, but then it was a me thing. It was totally fine. So I've decided to take that and make that available on Patreon because it's just, it's a long listen. It asks a little something of the listener. Unlike what you're about to hear, which I feel like all it asks of you is that you are ready to be entertained, ready to have a laugh, ready to take a quiz about Gen Z slang. You're about to hear an episode of my new podcast, Alison and Tod After Hours. As you probably have heard me say before, Tod is Tod Perry. I used to do Upworthy Weekly with him. We loved that show. Alas, it is no more. But we said this combo is too good to let it just dissipate. We're going to do our own show. It's going to be a little spicier, a little more fun. Well, that's not right. It's not fair to say it's more fun. It's more fun. Anyway, it's just a little, we don't have to stay clean. We can get dirty, even though I don't know that we did in the episode you're about to hear. Alison and Tod After Hours. We did a quiz, as I said. We talked about, we let you guys in on some behind the scenes content on how we keep our energy up. We talked about BENGAY, but I don't remember in what context. I mean, it's really everything that you could want in an episode. I hope you'll love it, and I hope you'll love it so much that you're going to say, I need more of these two people in my ears. And then you're going to say, how do I get that? And I'm going to tell you, patreon.com/Alison and Tod. Now, before you say, what? I am overextended. I can't. You can, because there's only one level, and it's just $2 a month. $2 a month. It's really not much at all. This is the hard sell. Did I already say that? I'm losing focus here, guys. Alison and Tod. I've truly lost. Okay. Patreon.com/Alison and Tod. It's Alison with one L. It's Tod with one D. We could never find personalized things in stores for us when we were growing up because our parents decided to just fuck us over pretty much. Anyway, patreon.com/Alison and Tod. And even if you don't subscribe, let me know what you think of the episode. But even if you do subscribe, let me know what you think of the episode. Okay, here it is. I love you. Goodbye.
It's Alison and Tod After Hours, the show where Alison Rosen doesn't have to be your best friend or give parenting advice, and Tod Perry drops the good news shtick and acts like an adult, if that's even possible. Now dim the lights, pour yourself a beverage, and join us in the After Hours Lounge.
Welcome back into the After Hours Lounge. Sorry, that's my Crevassier voice. Alison, great to see you back in the After Hours Lounge.
It's as if I was just here. Amazing. It's as if no time has passed.
And, well, there was a little bit of time in between the last show we did and this one, and we're going to let you in on something that we've been doing for quite some time on the show. Before doing the show, because we do talk when we're not actually recording. And this is something that was a tradition I brought from a previous show, and I taught to Alison. Not Tod. I'm not your mentor. I'm just co-host, right? But
I would never let you be my mentor because if anyone remembers, you left me alone in a cave with some kind of a predatory animal during our guided visualization. I was on a hammock and there was like a bear or a lion, I don't know. And I feel like you did that in a bookstore too. I don't know. Your whole thing is like, come with me on a guided meditation, and then you just abandon me.
Yeah, I did that, but it was for your spiritual well-being. And you obviously still haven't confronted what was in that room, or else you would be out. You would have been like, thank you for abandoning me. You taught me to be spiritually independent. But you're still caught up in the me-ness of it and not the you-ness of it.
Right. Yes, I need to dissolve my ego and realize what a gift it really was. But anyway, no, you're not my mentor, but you did. You know, you can learn a few things from idiots around there. Not saying you're one, but I'm just saying you can always pick something up. And something I've picked up from you is a little catchphrase to remind yourself to have good energy when you're podcasting. And what is it, Todd?
We call it no jeb.
Now explain, because I didn't really I didn't get it until you explained it to me the first time.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, like when you're doing a podcast, sometimes you'll listen back to it and you go, oh man, I sound kind of down there, or like my pacing was slow, or that my dog's barking like crazy behind me, or you'll just know like the show felt off because you were kind of more just talking like you'd normally talk with a friend over coffee versus having a little bit more energy in it.
Right. A little pizzazz, like forgetting that you got to remember you're putting on a show while also talking.
Correct. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing than normally talking. So sometimes if you fall into that, then you're kind of like low. It was a low energy show, and I think we came back from a show, and it was like, last week was a little low energy. Yeah. And I said, you know what? This show, no Jeb, which means no Jeb Bush, which anybody remembers back during, I think, 2015. That dog needs to shut up. During 2015, when Donald Trump was running for president, there was a whole bunch of other Republicans running against him. One was Jeb Bush, and he called Jeb Bush low energy.
Right. Now I'm remembering.
Which is hilarious in all ways. A, because what does it matter if someone who is the president is low energy?
Right.
It's a total, like, criticism you'd see, like, some producers after seeing, a screen test of someone. I don't know. They're kind of low energy. I don't think it's going to work for this. Yeah. But it's also, like, one of the greatest, like, perfect, simple disses, and everybody knew what it meant, right?
Yes. Yeah. That guy's good at that.
Yeah. So, when I was doing the show Low Budget FM with my buddy Mark a couple years back, it was right in that time. And so the joke was, big energy, no Jeb Bush. So that would always be the mantra. And then I brought it to Upworthy Weekly, and I think it served us well.
I do. Yes, I agree. And you said it to me moments ago, and then we decided to share it with them. And I feel like I'm jebbing out right now. Come on, me, no Jeb.
No Jeb. I was thinking about putting a picture of Jeb Bush with a circle with a line through it.
I like that.
Right on my studio wall. Just no Jeb, man.
I like that a lot. Can I ask you a question about what's going on behind you? Am I seeing like parts of your house? This sort of like steppy things? Yeah, that's your roof, right? That I'm seeing the lines?
Yes. Yeah.
Neat. I'm coming over one day to look at your house.
Yes, definitely. I had that on the gal said, are you, in one of the questions, we're not doing questions right now, maybe later, but one of the questions was, are Elliot and Declan, our kids, ever going to meet? Because they're close in age.
Yeah.
And I was telling my wife, I go, we should have Allison bring her kids over and Daniel, and we'll have have them go swim, and hang out. But I was like, but I don't know if the kids swim. What if they don't swim? You can't tell if kids swim unless you ask. You can't just...
Right. And they don't yet. Do you know how hard it is to find a swim teacher in LA? It is so hard. In fact, this is a reminder. I'm going to write this down to myself. Contact swim. There is this guy. I've been on the waiting list forever to get in. Like the class is like a spot will open up and then it'll get filled like 10 seconds later. And you'd think, okay, then find someone else. But it's especially hard if you don't have a pool, because then you got to But our neighbors have a pool, and our other neighbors who are closer with those neighbors were saying they would let us use the pool anytime if we want to find a teacher. So now I just got to find a teacher. It is a whole thing, Todd.
Sorry. I had no idea.
No, it's okay. How did Declan learn? Probably from you in your pool?
No, we didn't have a pool then when he first started. But there's a swim school that's like local. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, we sat and did that, and I would just hang out and watch him swim.
How old was he when you did that?
I think we started. He was like 6 months, and here was the
my goodness.
There were these kind of like punky young girls that were the swim instructors that were pretty cute, and so that was cool. I'd be like, all right, I'll sit here, So, speaking of young girls, in a much different way. Recently, we were talking on the last show about how there were some revelations when I was in South Carolina seeing my family. And also there was some stuff I learned while I was out there. It's like my dad had passed away, so I went to South Carolina for a while. And I have two 20-year-old nieces that are twins, not identical, fraternal, one named Mia and one named Annika.
Mm-hmm. I like those names.
They are the best. They are like, my heart is full when I see them because they're hilarious and they like their Uncle Todd, and I'm the cool uncle from LA that comes out, and we just get on great, So I just love spending time with them, but it is a little funny that they talk like 20-year-olds,
which is very Gen Z, right?
They speak.
Do they
quickly.
call you bro or bruh? I mean.
No, I think I did get a bro, which was weird because it's like I'm uncle. But yeah, so they they had this incredible slang that it was like living in TikTok.
I cannot wait because I do live in TikTok and I don't understand most of it.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna go over a couple of the terms that I learned from them. You first of all. If you don't know it, you try to tell me what it means. Okay.
Now, do I tell you I don't know, but I'm guessing, or I guess it doesn't really matter because okay, here we go.
Yeah. So, okay, first of all, slay.
Oh, that's like to crush something, like you slay, like you look great or you like did a great job.
Yep, you're right. I had it down as an affirmational saying. Like, I just got some Aquaphor, and now my eczema isn't flaring up. Slay.
Slay queen. Oh, you just say slay?
Yeah.
Okay, slay.
Like, damn, my kid's teacher looked great in that ABC sweater. Slay. Is that right?
Sometimes I might be like LFG, which is like, let's fucking go.
Oh. Is that Gen Z?
Oh, yeah. But I don't exactly know how you use it, but I think you just, I can't wait to go to the doctor and have them look at my eczema. Let's fucking go.
Oh, is that okay?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
It just sounds flat and a little jebby when you say it.
Yeah, that's because that's me. Can I tell you something I realized while you were talking, but I was listening fully? My left knee is hurting and it's raining. Oh, great. I'm now that age. I'm hoping like I twisted it or something, but it just feels uncomfortable, and I am concerned that it has to do with the weather.
I think that's the anti-slay. What's the opposite of...
Yowls.
Yeah.
It's backwards. Okay.
Another one, this was good. Now, my niece Annika was hitting this one hard. She was using this a lot, and it's the term mid.
Yes. Okay. I have heard this. A mid is like it's like crappy. No,
not quite. I don't know. To me,
it's just unremarkable. Like in the middle, just unremarkable. But I'm unclear if it's an adjective or a noun. I have heard people use like all these mids, or no, maybe they say these mid pores or something. I've seen people say pores, but sort of in jest, but or in character. Okay, fine. There's a wrestler who says this, but yeah, I think it's like unremarkable. Yeah,
it's kind of like something that it's just so kind of wallpaper. It just almost like it doesn't exist, but it's not horrifying, Like Annika was like saying, she's like, there's all these new restaurants in South Carolina, but they're all just like so mid.
She sounds so cool.
She is so cool. And I'm just
Wait,
hanging.
go ahead.
Once she says mid, I'm like, mid what? And nothing.
Right,
It's
like
just
you're
mid.
thinking, does she mean like priced at somewhere in the middle price tier? Do they have hair that they part in the middle? Did you notice? Because have we talked about this? It's a whole thing. Like Gen Z does not part their hair on the side.
Oh, it's right down the middle. It's
Yeah.
like looking at an old like Puritan painting or something.
Do they have long nails?
No.
Okay, do they have nose piercings or anything?
Annika has a nose piercing, and she has a TCB tattoo, which is my tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I got it when they were born, and she got it tattooed on her neck. So it's kind of like, I feel it's like a little bit of like a Keith Raniere energy going on with me. Like it's like I branded my niece.
Right, but you feel good about that?
It was beyond my control. I didn't tell them. I just got a photo one day. It's like, look, Uncle Todd. So,
But just one of them. The other one didn't want to do it.
she didn't go through with it. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It hasn't been discussed.
Yeah, I get it. Right. How mid? How not slay?
So there's another one, and they hit me with this one pretty often, and I didn't know what it meant, but I acted cool. Like I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
like I used to
can't
smoke cigarettes, you know?
I don't think that's cool anymore. Vaping is cool.
Oh, they vape.
Okay.
And so the word bet. But it's not like I bet online or I bet on a game or...
And it's probably not like the surfing thing of like Betties.
No.
Betties, like hot girls. Bet. It's not. And is it like you bet? Like, yes? Is it affirmative? No. Okay.
Just bet.
No, can I hear it in context?
Let's see here.
This is the first time that I am truly stumped because I don't know this one.
It'd be like, hey, Todd, you got that Megan Thee Stallion album? Bet.
I think it means you know it, even though you've told me that it doesn't mean that. I mean, no, it means I sure don't. It means no.
It means okay or like right on. Bet.
Oh, so then it does mean like you know it.
It's like a chiller sleigh. But like
But if someone says, "Do you have the Megan Thee Stallion album?" and you said bet, that would mean that you do have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you could bet on that.
Oh, yes. Okay. You bet. It's like a you bet,
Yeah.
but in a cooler way.
So
Like if someone said like, "Should we get some appetizers?" Bet. That means like, yes, you're getting them.
yes.
Okay. I'm ready to use that one.
The problem with that term is though, and just like the phraseology, the way it comes out of the mouth, is you can't really sound really enthusiastic saying it.
Right.
Like you're just gonna sound like Pete Davidson no matter what. You're just like bet.
Yeah. Well,
But
maybe that's cool. But you don't want to be an eager foo. You don't want to be thirsty. I'm cool, Todd.
well, you know what one that Annika was saying, and I didn't have this on the list, but now it comes to mind. She's like, that fucks.
Oh, God. I hate that one. And yes, I've heard that. That just means like it slaps, which is also slang. Yeah, like, or like, I'll fucks with that. And it's like what you're talking about, a shrimp cocktail or something.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. All fucks with that. That is, you know what? We should, all generations should come
stop.
down. Like there should be a tribunal. You get like one greatest generation guy, his nurse, and then a boomer and their bag of money, and you'll get a Gen Xer looking aloof, like, why am I here?
Right.
You know, and then you'll get a millennial, and then we'll all just go, you know what?
No more fucks.
No
Don't
more
fucks. I'm not going to fucks with fucks. So like that fucks regarding what though? Like, oh, I got the seat I wanted on the airplane. That fucks.
No, that's more of a sleigh kind of thing. But I think you are actually more right on the shrimp cocktail.
Okay.
You've been to Bojangles and had the shrimp cocktail? That fucks. I think I had to have told you the joke about Bojangles restaurant that they have in the South, and I think in the East.
I'm not sure if I've heard it or not.
My wife thought it was a Mexican joint, Bojangles.
Yes, I love that. That fucks. Does it fuck?
Totally fucks.
Okay.
Last one. Now, this one actually wasn't a Gen Zer, but this was a millennial. My buddy Dennis was Instagramming me the other day, and we were talking, and he used the term Riz.
Oh, my God. I just learned this.
All right, what do you got?
Charisma.
Yeah.
But I just learned it because someone, who was it? I think it was Emily Fleming, who is going to be on the Thursday show. I think she posted a photo of Rizzo the Rat from Muppets Take Manhattan and was like, you're really going to tell me Riz stands for charisma, but I know it's this or something. So
I was thinking Dustin Hoffman from I'm Walking Here. What's that?
Taxi Driver?
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they say.
Wait, I'm Walking Here. Isn't that Taxi Driver?
No, that's Dustin Hoffman in the movie with John Voight where he's a male prostitute. Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy, okay. Do you think do I amuse you? That's Taxi Driver, right?
That's Goodfellas.
My clown. Okay. What famous lines are from Taxi Driver?
You talking to me?
Here's Johnny. Just kidding. Yes. Okay. All right. I feel like I slayed and fucked on that.
Bet.
Yeah. Go me.
I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Professionally, like Allison, you just make podcasts. That's how you pay the bills. It's great.
Correct.
That's your career.
Right.
With me, I do some pod stuff. I got the PR 360 podcast, which anybody into comms, PR stuff, marketing, you can hear me do it there. Got this going on here. I've got LA's own Marineland, which I'm sure is going to be a hit one day. And so I've got
has
some
the episode with my voice aired on it yet?
Not quite. We're on episode 8, I think.
Okay.
And I think you're on
Tune
like
in
11.
for some voice acting from me, Alison Rosen, who
So-
slays.
Bet.
My knee really hurts. This is like getting worse and worse.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine, but anyway, okay.
You need some BENGAY?
I need to look. Yes, maybe. I don't even know what that does. Does it make it feel all hot and warm or something?
It's weird. It's a really ingenious product. It must have been made by NASA because it makes things hot and warm, but also cool at the same time.
Oh, like tingly.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in it. I bet it's like benzocaine or something.
Oh, that's hence the Ben.
Yeah, maybe. I'm guessing. I don't know.
You know what you should do? This would be funny. Next time you have a whole bunch of people over and you're doing like a group show, you should just slather BENGAY all over your knee to the point where it funks up the entire studio, right?
Right.
And so you have a super stinky BENGAY knee, and you wait for someone to actually say, well, Alison, you wearing BENGAY?
Right. But what's funny is, like, I do have a feeling that I know what BENGAY smells like. And you're assuming that everyone knows what it smells like, but I don't have any memory of anyone actually using it. It's like medicinal, right?
Yeah, and like kids in high school, like if they're on the basketball team. Back then, this is in a pre-icy hot world, you used BENGAY. I'm
looking it up. The official website of BENGAY. Learn how BENGAY products can help relieve. Okay. Now I'm on the website. For life's sore spots. Now, tell us where it hurts. Read all about aches. I mean, let's just see. Frequently asked questions. Okay. I just want to see what... Ouch. I just want to see what the ingredients are. Oh, I'm wrong. It's camphor, menthol, and methyl salicylate. So... why is it called BENGAY? Oh, can I just tell you, when I Googled why is it called, here's all the things that come up. Why is it called master bedroom? Why is it called white elephant? Why is it called pickleball? Why is it called Death Valley, Black Friday, jaywalking, the grapevine, Amber Alert? Okay.
Oh, wow. Those are very LA specific, the Amber Alert and the grapevine.
Oh, listen. BENGAY was developed in France by Dr. Jules BENGAY and brought to America, but BENGUE with a accent. I think it's like an accent aigu or something. But it's it's an accent. And brought to America in 1898. The name BENGAY was anglicized and commercialized to BENGAY. So anyway, it has nothing to do with the ingredient that I thought might be in it. And I think it might be my future.
Well, I love the fact that there were people using BENGAY in the 1890s. Like in Victorian England, people were using BENGAY for their aches and pains. Like Jack the Ripper, BENGAY user.
Right. Probably.
Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. Frederick
user.
Treves, doctor.
Right.
Louis Pasteur.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
all the greats. Marie Curie.
Before we got on the topic of topical ointments.
We're just pandering with our topical ointment talk.
We were looking at who subscribed on Patreon and realized it wasn't the youngins. Well, maybe they could be a sponsor one day. So, every once in a while, because, I do podcasts and I write for Upworthy, as everybody knows, via, we did the podcast Upworthy Weekly.
Sure.
But sometimes doing media work, it gets kind of overwhelming and you feel the need to not be that informed or that part of the ongoing churning media cycle. And reading 500 headlines a day to figure out what to write about and knowing what's going on in the world. And
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and at a certain point, I'm like, I want to know less. I want to be less informed about what's happening in the world, whether it's the news or culture or politics, and just like what's happening in front of my eyes in my life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, I was just thinking, like, what would be some other careers that I could do? And then this one hit me like a bolt of lightning.
Oh, I love it. That's the sound of the lightning hitting you? Wow.
That's the thunder.
Yeah.
So I'm walking, I look down Studebaker Avenue outside of my house, and I see a big Long Beach city bus. And it said, now hiring.
Oh, my God.
I thought, it seemed like the most romantic job ever. Like I could be a bus driver, like, hey, I'll do the bus driver, and they give you like bus driver shirts, which are like buses, like Hawaiian shirts with buses and like city.
That's what they drive? I mean, wear? That's what they wear?
Yes, they have these awesome Hawaiian shirts. They look like totally super chill. And it's got like buses and then like Long Beach icons. Be like a picture of Snoop Dogg and like the Long Beach State Pyramid and like the beach. And like some guy getting his head kicked in on 4th Street. And you just have all these different pictures going on it in like a Hawaiian shirt style. And I was like, man, that would be kind of awesome. Just driving the bus and people get on. Hey, how's it going? You talk a bit and you get to be a know-it-all. You're like, oh, you know what? If you want to get to Belmont Shores, you got to take the transfer of the 191 over there. And that's going to cost you 30 cents. Now, if you apply at City Hall, you can get a student pass. And I could be like a guy that's like, tour guide. Occasionally I break up the occasional fight. I clean up human feces from time to time.
All the highlights.
Yeah. But you're just driving. You know what? You're just driving in a loop too.
Yeah.
You know your path. You're going. You're just kind of thinking and vegging out. The problem is you can't like listen to music. I never hear a bus driver blaring some Zeppelin or something. But
right. Now, is the steering wheel horizontal like a dinner plate, or is it vertical like a car, like a normal car?
It's like a dinner plate.
That's cool too. That seems fun.
Yeah. But man, okay, so you do that for 8 hours and then you get in your car with it up?
Yeah, you'd be all confused. And I bet the first few nights as you're falling asleep, you'd still feel you'd have bus legs. You'd still think you're driving the bus.
Right. I think you get bus ass because
bus ass, yeah.
Bus drivers always seem like they have some kind of like super chair that has some kind of like bounce in it.
Right. Yes. I wonder if it's comfortable or uncomfortable to drive, like the seat. It's definitely one of them.
I think it's very comfortable because I'm sure these guys are union. And they're like, no, you don't have a bad back, man. Look, we gave you the $4,000 chair.
Right. Right.
I thought also the benefits are probably great on something like that. I feel like you retire at 58 and then you make a paycheck for like forever from that kind of gig.
And I mean, lest anyone not be aware, you did drive Uber for a little while. So you have experience as a driver.
That is very true. That is correct, Allison. I did. So I don't know, just being a driver and going around and not having to know what the hell is going on in the world actually seems like a pretty decent way to live a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you weren't, yeah, I was just saying, if you weren't doing podcasts for a living, which is a sweet gig, which very few people do as a living, what would you be doing?
Well, I wish that I could choose something that is like very different than what I'm doing for the sake of right here. Like, I wish it was like, well, if I weren't doing this, I would teach hula classes in Hawaii or something. But what I'm about to say is something that I think it's like pretty clear how it relates to what I'm doing. But I think I would be a therapist. That was always sort of like my other thing that I thought maybe when I was 6, I announced that I was going to be a psychiatrist. And every now and again, I think, should I have pursued that instead? What would that life be like? So I think that's probably like the alternate life. Or there is still a part of me too that's like, maybe I should have been an actress. I don't know though. But I mean, I haven't like actually done any like acting in a long time, and that seems like a very hard life. But it's not the hard life part of it. No, but the actual like performing as an actor does appeal to me. Trying to think if there's anything else. I will say I remember Daniel and I were walking around our old neighborhood, both of us feeling burned out. And he was talking about, was it him or was it me? Now I can't remember, but talking about the sort of romanticizing the idea of like being a pipe fitter or something, where you just like do your, honest work from the morning to the early afternoon to the late morning, and then like you're done.
Right.
And you just leave it behind. Because we both have jobs where we take them home to a degree.
Well, pipe fitting you might take home,
Yeah, you might.
You might come home and you're like, I don't know if I really fit that pipe correctly. Yeah.
I don't even know what pipe fitting is.
Or like anything, it's like, you're like, oh, God, I got to work with that guy tomorrow.
Right.
Or,
right.
The boss is being a pain in the ass. People are coming down on me. I couldn't get that shipment. There's a whole bunch of crap that goes on with being a tradesman. So I don't know.
There was this guy I dated, and he worked construction, and I remember him complaining to someone else that, oh yeah, I'm working with so and so tomorrow. He's a screamer, and I've always, and this is like, so I was, how old was I? 20 when I dated him, 19 and 20 when I dated him, and I've been wondering ever since what that means.
Oh, I think that's the guy that's like, get the lid out!
Oh.
Stop dragging ass!
Oh, like he screams at
Been in
you.
the bathroom too long!
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. I always assumed it meant he was like, if something went wrong, he screamed, or yeah, like the way Owen screams right now if he drops anything ever, like, it fell everywhere. And I'm like, honey, just, it's fine.
This pipe doesn't fit.
I know. I can't find the bus stop. Yeah, I think you're right. It just means like a guy who screams at you. Oh my God, well now I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah. Every job is going to come with its kind of pain in the ass stuff.
Totally.
I was thinking also the other one would be is I'd be a hip pastor.
Oh, you would be a hip pastor.
Would I make a good hip pastor?
I mean, yes, because but like, are you going to be a hip spiritual pastor or a hip strictly Christian pastor?
Well, I think that's usually where they exist. Like, I'm thinking like, if you ever saw the movie Saved?
No, I didn't see that, but I know that movie.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Like, I'm not a particularly religious person, but even though I did host What's This Tao All About, which is about Eastern spirituality, one of the most popular. But, yeah. But it would be interesting to be a hip pastor, like you wear the Hawaiian shirt and the puka shells.
I think you should just work at Trader Joe's, because clearly you just want to wear a Hawaiian shirt. That's the common denominator here.
Oh, wow. I am pretty simple. I'm pretty easy to figure. See, you could be a therapist because you're like, your problem is not profession, it's wardrobe.
It's exactly.
You've been crying out for more tropical attire, and Alison
encouraged. Yes.
running the other way. So, but then I thought, like, that's like if you're, if I'm like, hey, it's Pastor Todd, I feel it's kind of awesome because people are nice to you because you're a hip pastor. But also, you have a certain amount of gravitas.
Yeah.
You're a man of God. Mm-hmm. No one's going to give you crap. You're like, well, as a pastor, whoa, oh, please.
Right.
You're getting deals at places.
Yeah. Oh, the pastor discount?
Yeah. And, the job is kind of, you come out, and it's like doing a podcast. You sit there and you tell a story. You've got topics. Yeah. You do your prep. You come out there, you crack a couple jokes. Some, you can't be too funny, just like this show. You can't be too funny.
Right.
Just be a little bit funny.
Yeah.
And you come out there like,
you're like a kind of like a fake celebrity, like a podcast celebrity.
Yes, exactly. You're known like within, if I'm at like maybe a mega church, maybe I'll drive down to Orange County. I'll have my own mega church and people will know me. And then also you get like a free house when you're a pastor.
Do
they call
you?
It a parsonage.
Really?
Yeah, like you don't build
I didn't
equity.
know that.
Only
right.
You build equity in the house of God, but yeah, and I just remember like this idea really hit me when my sister got married, and my sister's very religious, and the night before the wedding they had the pastor come by. And this was a very fire and brimstone kind of pastor. Like, he quoted Revelations during their wedding vows, okay?
Wow. I don't know which one Revelations is, but it sounds like it's not appropriate for a wedding. It's no Corinthians.
No, it's the last one.
What happens in it? Give me just a taste.
It's where all the demons come out and the hellfire and the final judgment and...
In a wedding?
Yes.
Okay. He sounds fun.
It's basically, to death do you part, or until the end times.
Right.
And when
which is soon.
And when that shit goes down, that's how you know if, you marry the right person. If when shit goes down, hellfire, three-headed gargoyles running around, rape everywhere, you know that you're with the right person when you stand by your man, stand by your woman. But
because if you're with the wrong person, what happens in the end times?
Well, they could be just...
Oh, they get sucked up into the melee.
They go to the bad place, and you go to the good place.
And they get sucked down into the bad stuff. Okay, got it.
So, in the afterlife, single is forever.
Is that bad?
You may have a point.
I see what you're saying, though. This is head veering into our discussion about why we don't want to live on a ship.
Yes. So, but real quick, so pastor comes by, and he's kind of a rotund fella. South Carolina, very hardcore, conservative pastor. And he comes down, and he sits down at the table.
Did he have any riz?
He had gravitas, which is a
muted riz.
Yeah. And he was a big, big fella. And he sat down.
This is like a big fish story. I feel like he's getting larger by the second with every telling.
So he sits down, and my sister made a homemade pie for pastor, and a blueberry pie, which is a hell of a great pie.
Yeah.
And homemade, my sister killed it, knocked it out of the park for pastor. But what was funny was pastor has a slice after eating dinner. He's like, could I have one more slice of pie, please?
Oh my God, so he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn.
Yes, and he has a second piece of pie, and I was told by my brother-in-law, Tino, watch this, pastor likes to eat. And then he's on to his third piece of pie.
Wow.
And he ate damn near 2/3 of this homemade blueberry pie. But it's like, who's going to tell pastor no?
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like when the priest comes
only God.
Right. It's like, when a priest comes by and they're like, can I have one more glass of wine? And they,
So basically you want to be a pastor so you can eat 2/3 of your sister's pie?
Yes, it's basically I want everyone to be uncomfortable while I do what I like.
You could just be like a headmaster or a principal. But then, you know what? Then you're only making children uncomfortable. You want to make adults uncomfortable.
Yes.
Speaking of, is your wife... So there's a LAUSD strike right now. When they hear this, it probably will be resolved. But is your wife affected by that?
No, she teaches in Orange County. So
Oh, okay.
She's not affected. So
Got it.
He's very low energy. Very, very low energy.
real quick, I found this list that I thought was a little funny. We can go over it real quickly. It was a list of personalized license plates which were banned by the state of New York.
I love it.
And I don't know. So what's your take on the personalized license plate? You in, you out?
Well, for other people, I'm in. But for me personally, I'm out because I feel like, why do I want people to know where I am at any time and also like which car is mine? It feels like too exposed in a way. Like it's like I turn the geolocation tags off on any sort of social media I'm on. It's like the ultimate in that, you know?
Okay.
So that's why I don't like it.
I think it works for specific people. Like you have to
Like
have the
Angeline.
right kind of... Yes, Angeline, I want her to have that license plate. There was a Italian place I love to go to in Gardena called Lomelli's. And the guy who owns it, who if you just close your eyes, think of Italian guy who owns a restaurant in Gardena called Lomelli's.
Okay.
He looks exactly like that. And I saw his car pull up at the bank, and it said Lomelli's on his...
Perfect.
I saw Wiz Khalifa's car at a hotel in Beverly Hills.
Did it say Wiz?
It said Khalifa.
Oh, also perfect.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
I once saw a lowrider on Hollywood Boulevard, and it said Cho Lo.
Oh.
With a W at the end.
Like it. I like it.
Lowride and Cholo. So I think there's, in specific cases, and you got to know who you are, whether you can pull it off or not. A bad one I once heard about. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was behind a car that said ILUVTHC. But the license plate frame said I love the sea. So I was like, oh, which one is it? I think that it probably was I love THC, but then they had like the license plate frame as a cover. I don't really know.
I once saw a license plate frame, and it was two African American gentlemen, and like kind of like a lowrider.
Mm-hmm.
And the license plate frame said, "Happiness is being Irish."
You know what I don't like? When you take your car to like a dealership to get fixed or something, which is a bad idea to begin with, and they swap out your license plate frames for their license plate frames. And it's like, I don't want to advertise for you.
Yeah.
But I'm lazy, so I guess I will.
I already gave you $30,000, La Puente Ford, you know?
Exactly. All right, let's hear some of them.
Also, they can be red flags. I once worked with a girl. I swear this is a true story.
Okay, I'll be the judge of that.
She met a guy who was out in the LA area on vacation. She went to Virginia to see him again, and he had a truck, and the truck's license plate said RU18YET.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I mean, unless he's enrolling people in the military, that's not okay. So wait, was he terrible?
Oh, yeah, they ended up getting married and then divorced quickly after. But the girl says this. She goes, the one kind of weird red flaggy thing was the "Are you 18 yet?"
That's like a big red flag. Did they get divorced because of him, like, diddling young girls on the side?
No, I maybe they just had communication problems. I don't know. It was a long-distance relationship. I can't.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So New York State DMV, here's a couple. Now, Allison, you tell me real quick, would you deny these? Because I think some of these are very acceptable. I don't think the state should be cracking down on that. First one, hot booty.
It's just so funny that I have to allow it.
Okay. Number 2, White Claw.
If someone wants to advertise an alcohol, that's fine. I feel like that should be fine.
Yeah, it's just dumb if you're the driver, because I think your chances of getting pulled over.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But still, like, so is that the rule? You're not allowed to make a reference to like any sort of alcohol? It must be the rule.
I'm not a New York City judge.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one, Joshy Poo.
That also seems fine. It's just a nickname.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah. Another one, Erotic 6.
For some reason, I'm going to draw the line at erotic 6. Oh, because it's erotic sex is actually what they're trying to say, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess that
Sorry,
might
no.
violate,
That one I'm not going to allow, just because I'm capricious.
This one I love. I don't know whether it should be accepted, but SHHHIT BOX.
Shitbox?
Shitbox.
Oh my God, I love that. I see where they are not going to allow it because I don't think it's okay to say shit on a license plate. But I mean, that's fun.
Yeah. We've all seen those cars and we've driven them before. This
yeah,
is
they're
my
shitboxes. The shitbox.
Shitbox. Next one's a Yiddish term. Nudnik.
Nudnik? I don't even think that's, I could be wrong, but I don't even think that's a bad word. So that seems fine. Maybe it actually is a bad word.
I think the thing is here, it's Nuudnik, and maybe they think it was like nude.
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's just one U, but right, they think that you're Nick and you're nude.
Yeah. Last one, Pen 15.
Oh, like penis. Yeah. That's fun, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow that. So the only one I didn't allow was erotic 6, I think.
Yeah, you're pretty liberal on the license plates.
I really am. Yeah. Maybe I should be a judge. That could be my other career.
Oh, no, you could be a good TV judge.
Yes. Judge Allison's Court.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm in.
I'd like to thank everybody for being a Patreon subscriber here, and for listening to Alison and Tod After Hours. We'll see you guys in a few weeks.
Yes.
That's been Alison and Tod After Hours. Thanks for supporting the show on Patreon. Questions, comments, or irrational rage? Send us a message on the Patreon app. I'm Marley Balin Frederick. Catch you next show, and until then, the lounge is closed.